Pick up one thing that you think you can work on yourself. It could be your body, it could be your mind, it could be your communication skills, it could be the way you present yourself, it could be the way you take stand for yourself, it could be the way you just take stand for your values, even if your voice shivers. We were never made to give up. Hey, beautiful souls, it's Taranpreet here, and today we're talking about something that truly changed my life: building a routine. And wait, not just any routine, the one that helps you become someone that you want to become. You see, there's a huge misconception that following a routine is being rigid or boring, which is not always the case. Following a routine means creating a rhythm that brings peace, clarity, and direction to your life. Because clearly, most people, they want big changes, but they forget that big changes does not happen from occasional motivations. It happens from consistent discipline, consistent habits, and every single step requires consistent action. When I take a pause and look at myself 5 years ago, the girl I used to be, compared with the woman I am today, she used to be a messed up person. Well, if I compare her to another 20-year-old girls, she was far better off. But did she had any routine? No. She did not had any idea how her mornings or evenings even looked like. She used to get up 30 minutes before she had to catch her bus so that she's not late at work. And believe me, she was mostly late at work. It's crazy. But hey, I can't complain about her because she's the reason that I am sitting here today talking in front of you, explaining my experiences. And I'm really grateful for her. She realized where she had to work, or she wanted to work, to be a better version of herself. She took the accountability of her actions. She started building up routines. But hey, you know what happens when you start something new, right? One, you either fail and learn a lesson. Two, you either succeed, which is one is mostly the case with many people when you start something new, because you're not used to it. And that's what happened to me. There were days when she used to get up with such high motivation, that occasional motivation high that you have. She used to wake up and she used to build her routine so aggressively. And it is so inane that I'm speaking about it right now. She used to build her routine so aggressively and then fell off track within a week. And she used to feel so demotivated. But she learned her lesson. And here I am today. Because if she did not learn her lesson, I would not exist. Which is crazy, because if she did not work hard, I would not be here. I might just be the same girl. And I'm proud of her for doing that hard work for me. Beside that point, she built her routines aggressively and she fell off track, which made her feel demotivated. And that is the case when most of us try to build the routines. Okay, we have to understand for a fact that if we want a long lasting change and make that change a lifestyle, you cannot go crazily obsessed with it. Because once you just run behind it, it's very hard for you to keep a hang on that thing. It becomes boring, it becomes task. So for every big change, you will have to take the small step, the step in a way that you will stay consistent on it. And one thing that I learned was pick up one thing at a time. Once you can follow that one thing for a month, you can start piling up on it. And one more thing that I want you to take note of is you cannot just go and be like, oh, I'm going to wake up 4 in the morning, go work out and do this and that and 10 things. No, you cannot. One, you will not be able to wake up at 4 in the morning continuously unless you have a very strong mindset. Yes, there are people who can do that, but I could not at the time. I had to fix my evenings first. How do my evenings look like? Do I use a lot of phone before I sleep? Do I have a good quality sleep? Can I sleep before 10? Because you at least require 8 hours of sleep, which is questionable because Apparently that study was done on men and not women, because women apparently requires 10 hours of sleep, which is beside the point. I don't care how much sleep you require, but do you take enough sleep for your body to function properly the next day? If you want to wake up at 5, do you sleep before 10? That is the question. And one thing that I started doing was fixing my evenings. I started reading every single night before I went to bed, without any question. Doesn't matter what's happening in my life, doesn't matter if my friends are over and they're staying back and they're leaving late. If I'm staying at someone else's place, I'm always carrying my book. And that was the time when I really fell in love with the books. Really. And today, I'm proud that I have a small mini library, and soon I'll have a huge one, which is, I'll tell you when I have one. But that's the time I fell in love with books. And not just fictions, non-fictions. Reading self-help, reading personal development makes your life so much easy. You grow in ways you couldn't have even imagined. I have grown in ways I couldn't have even imagined 3 years ago. You know what they say, that you're always living in an answered prayer. And I am living in my answered prayer. And that is why I'm never afraid of dreaming, because every single time in my life that I have wished something happens, it happens eventually. And then I realize, hey, I talked about it to someone and it happened. And that's why I'm so impeccable with my words now that you can't even imagine. I won't speak something that I wouldn't want it to happen to my life. Being impeccable with your words. I was reading this book called 4 Agreements by Don Miguel. Amazing read. It's not overhyped. It's not underhyped. It's exactly where it deserved to be, the 4 Agreements. And the very first one was, be impeccable with your words. And I'm proud to say that I was already impeccable with my words before even reading the book. So yeah, fixing your evenings. Coming back to the point, let's be real. There will be days you will fall off track. There will be days when you're emotionally drained. There will be days when you will need the rest days. There will be days you'll hit snooze and miss your workout. But the point is not perfection. When you start something, the point is never perfection. The point is just learning and keep going with it. So you will have to show up the next day. You cannot give up. Show up with grace and not with guilt. You are a human and you do require the rest days. It's okay. At least you are working on something for yourself. And when you are working on something for yourself, you can never be insecure about it. Doesn't matter what the other person says. At least you are getting up and getting to work. The biggest thing you can do in your life is working on yourself. Because 90% of people, they're working for somebody else. Pick up one thing that you think you can work on yourself. It could be your body, it could be your mind, it could be your communication skills, it could be the way you present yourself, it could be the way you take stand for yourself, it could be the way you just take stand for your values, even if your voice shivers. Could be so many things we can work on ourselves. When you fall off track, you will have to remind yourself that there's a reason you started this. There's a reason your soul needed something more than what you had before. There's a reason you had that flame in you that wanted to turn into fire. And keep one thing in mind, whenever you feel like giving up, I'll tell you something, we were never made to give up, Because when we came on this earth, we were as clean as a whiteboard. And every single thing we learned it in the process of domestication, the process of teachings. What our parents taught us, how to walk, how to talk. If you had that intention of giving up in your mind since you were born, you wouldn't know how to walk, let alone run. You wouldn't know how to talk, let alone understand the tongue I'm speaking right now. This is my third language. If I gave up, would I even have a third language? And I promise that I'll be so flow with the accent that I'm speaking today, which some of you guys say is not really good. I know it's not good. Bro, I'm working on it. But you can't make me insecure about it because you are just sitting there commenting down on my video that I can't speak as clearly as American or a Canadian would, because that's not my first language. This is my third. So go ahead. I'm inviting you today to build that routine. Take one thing at a time. It could be a diet, it could be your reading a book, maybe a page. Just a page, just 5 minutes reading will be a part of your routine. Or maybe you're just promising yourself to play that sport that you left after high school every weekend. Or maybe you're promising yourself to learn a new sport in your 20s. I mean, we've got one life. We've got just one life to experience all the feelings in the world you could experience. And you're wasting it. You don't get to waste life. There are souls begging to live human life, and you've got it. You don't even appreciate it. You're just complaining about every single thing that you do not have instead of appreciating every single thing you do. You're complaining about people you work with. I mean, dude, come on. There's more to life. Get over it. And anytime you feel you cannot create a routine, you cannot stick with it, you cannot follow it, drop a comment down. Maybe someone would know answer to your problem. Maybe someone might have already gone through what you are going through. And if you ever need motivation, see, hey, I'm right here. You can always run to me. You can always run to Whispers in Life. I'm here cheering you on. There's a reason I started this, because I wanted someone to cheer me on. You come back, ask questions, comment down, email me if you have any questions. I'll probably help you, because see, I read it somewhere, or I think I heard it somewhere, that there's never a problem that someone has not gone through. The problem you are in currently, someone has already been through that, and they know the best way to get out of it. So instead of keeping your problems to yourself, start discussing it. Start discussing it and see how people give you solutions about it. And one more thing, with the snap, I realized one more thing I want you to incorporate in your routine is praying. Please, please, please. It's so important to have faith in some force that can flip the situations around. It could be universe, it could be God, it could be whatever religion you follow, it could be any force. You just need to have faith in something that tables can turn around just like a snap of a finger, and you don't have to worry about it. That magics happen. You have to have faith in it. If things go south in your life, you can just sit, relax, and say, it's okay. Universe can turn the tables around at any moment. You have that faith that you can cling on to. That's hope. And do that. Praying keeps you humble. It teaches you many things, but the most important thing is it gives you hope. Even in the situations when you have no hope, it gives you hope. Because magics happen every single day. And if you don't believe in it, I'm sorry for you. You have never experienced a magic. Because you don't believe in it. I do. And I have experienced many, dude. Many. So believe in it. If this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share. And do come back next week. Let's do one peaceful habit at a time. and make this life a wonderful experience. Thanks for sticking till the end. Bye and have a lovely time.